Hello traders. After many requests, we wanted to quickly discuss our daily and maximum loss rules for our elite and demo accounts. As you know, at this time in the program, we have three different types of max loss rules. The 5% daily max loss rule, which is present on the Flex Classic and Challenge account. The 10% daily max loss rule, which is present on the Flex Aggressive account. And the 10% overall max loss rule, which is present on all account models except the Flex Aggressive demo account. We go over these numbers with percentages. We do have many different account sizes, which means these exact dollar amounts can fluctuate per your account size. A 25K Flex Classic or Challenge account has a daily max loss of $1,250, which is 5% of the total account, and the same model, but on a 100K account, would have a $5,000 daily max loss limit, as that is also 5%. This does absolutely include both closed and floating losses. For those who are unaware, floating losses are open trades which have not yet been closed, but are floating in a loss. Simply put, you should be looking at your account in terms of equity and not just balance. Your account, in the terms of a Flex or Challenge in this example, can never decrease by 5% of the initial account balance in any day. Here is an example of a 100K Flex Classic account. Let's say you had a drawdown of $2,500, but this is your only trade open, and it goes back into profit and closes positive $1,000. At this time, since the trade did not hit your max loss amount, nor was it closed in drawdown, you have no drawdown for the day, and you have a $1,000 cushion for your daily max loss amount, bringing your total daily max loss for this specific day to $6,000 instead of $5,000. Please keep in mind that this cushion is valid for this specific day only until 00 in the time zone of your server. If you had lost $5,000 on this day, you would still have $1,000 worth of room due to that initial cushion. But if you then lost $5,000 in the next day without any cushion, you would violate your max daily loss. Here is an example for a 100K Flex Aggressive account. Let's say in this trade you had opened two positions and one of these positions is floating negative $5,000, but your other position is floating $5,000 in profit. This brings your daily drawdown for the day to $0 or break even. If you then close the negative $5,000 trade, your loss for the day, although you are still technically at break even, is then set to negative $5,000 as the trade is now closed and is counted as a loss. If your second trade then moves away from $5,000 in profit and ends up floating $5,000 in losses, you would then violate your account, as on the 100K Flex Aggressive account, you have a 10% daily max loss, which is $10,000. For the overall loss rule, we are looking at 10% of your initial account balance, and this number never moves. It is completely static. If you are on a 25K account, your overall max loss will be set at $22,500, as 10% of 25K is $2,500, and $2,500 minus $25,000, which is your initial balance, equals $22,500. As opposed to the daily max loss, this loss never resets. This also does track from account equity. On the elite account, for the max overall loss rule, it is based off of the amount that we fund your account with. Let's say you start with a 100K account. That means that your overall drawdown is set to be at $90,000, or 10% of the 100K minus the initial account size, which is 100K. If we fund you with another 100K, your overall drawdown is now 10% of 200K, meaning it is set at $180,000.